Hello, I am Maria Elena Lozada, your host and proud of being a Lasallian. Countdown to 100 years on June 16, 2011. We had a grand celebration in all 17 campus de La Salle, Philippines simultaneously. The faculty, staff, alumni, and students gathered together to celebrate as Lasallian brothers and sisters. Wow, that's great! But why do we celebrate? Let me introduce a brief history to you all, that we celebrate 100 years of Lasallian presence in the Philippines. The first Archbishop of Manila, Jeremiah James Harty, alumnus of La Salle School in the U.S., arrived in Manila on January 1904 during a time where strong anti-friar sentiments, mainly due to the aftermath of the Philippine Revolution, were causing the established Catholic institutions to lose ground their secular counterparts. However, he maintained a passionate belief in Christian education. It was his ardent desire to establish a school that would provide young boys with a solid Catholic education and at the same time teaches them the English language. He wanted La Salle brothers to be in the Philippines to teach Christian education, but his request was rejected at first due to lack of funds. However, he would continue to appeal to Pope Pius X for the establishment of additional Catholic schools in the country. After 7 years of struggling, the 9 brothers of the Christian schools from both Old World and New World eventually opened the doors of the De La Salle College to 125 boys of various ages in Paco on June 16, 1911. That was in 1911. Today, 2011, De La Salle schools now number to 17, and we have 97,743 students all over the Philippines. 100 years of Lasallian education, and 20 years of those also include deaf education. We have acknowledged that we have received a good education through the Lasallian education. Therefore, we should be grateful for what we are becoming of. And so now, we listen to the message of 3 Lasallian brothers. Who are they? A little background. Remember I told you that there are 17 schools today? Though each one is unique and diverse, all belong to one family, and that is under the De La Salle Philippines. DLSP is part of the Lasallian Education Asian Network, and globally DLSP is part of the De La Salle International. The 3 Lasallian brothers of the Christian schools would share their thoughts on our centenary. The first is Brother Alvaro Rodriguez Echeverria, FSC, Superior General of De La Salle International. The second is Brother Edmundo Fernandez, FSC, Brother Visitor of Lasallian East Asia District. The last is Brother Ricky Laguda, FSC, Sector Leader and President of De La Salle, Philippines. We have Filipino Sign Language interpreter ready because you all are part of a Lasallian community. So you all should know and understand. Happy viewing!
I take great personal joy in being here with you on this very special occasion of your Centennial celebrations, not only because I hold this wonderful country and its very friendly and warm Lasallian community dear in my heart. Whenever I visit you, I always feel, and I am consequently inspired by your zeal for the mission and in holding the banner high and bright, the intensity of your commitment for things green and white, and all things Lasallian, and the great and many times glorious successes that have rewarded your efforts, both old and new, in the last 100 years. And I bring the heartiest congratulations and warmest greetings from the heart of the Institute in Rome, including Brother Mauer and the first Filipino lay volunteer CSB alumnus Philip Mariano, from the brothers and our lay partners from all over the world, who wish to greet you in your 100th birthday with the brightest hopes and wishes for the next 100 years. You have continued in faith and zeal what the pioneer started in faith and zeal 100 years ago. On the other hand, the Lasallian family has remained
My fellow Lasallians, this year is our centenary year. It is a time of great joy and thanksgiving as we look back in gratitude to a God who has been good to us and who has blessed us with many gifts. It is our Jubilee year, a time to announce to one and all the great news of God's love. There will be a lot of activities that will celebrate our identity and our oneness as Lasallians. But while this year is a celebration of all that is Lasallian, I always say that this year should also be a time to look back and assess our faithfulness to the Lasallian mission of excellent education, especially for the poor. This is your own personal contribution to the Centennial of the Lasallian family in the Philippines. May you be accompanied by our founder, St. John Baptist de La Salle, as you gather these next few days and build an exciting and excellent Lasallian future. Live Jesus in our hearts.
I think the Centennial celebration allows us to not only celebrate the accomplishments that the many Lasallian men and women have done in the past 100 years, but I think what is also important is to acknowledge that everything that has been done is the Lord's work. And we are all part of the Lord's vineyard in this past 100 years. And what I'd like to see in this celebration is for us to acknowledge that the Lord has been with us and be grateful for all the blessings that we have received since 1911. And in the next 100 years, all I want to see is to make sure that we continue to become faithful to the core values of the Lasallian mission, which is faith, service, and community mission.